What's up, YouTube? This is MTG Players with our first ever deck tech video. Now today we have black and blue Zombie Infestation. What we're showing you right now is the entirety of the deck laid out before you, but we're going to get into each individual card, starting with the most important, which is Zombie Infestation. So Zombie Infestation is a one colorless, one swamp tap that's an enchantment, and it says discard 2 cards, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. This is the key part of this deck, and what we're going to be doing is trying to get a ton of zombies onto the field. That's why it's infestation. We're going to infest the field with tons of zombies, and then we're going to try to boost them up a little bit. So, next important card we're going to get into is Treasure Hunt. Now, Treasure Hunt is a one colorless, one island that is a sorcery, and says reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Then put all cards revealed this way into your hand. So, Treasure Hunt is going to give you this massive hand because your entire deck is land cards. So every time you lift, you're just going to get land card, land card, land card, land card, and you're going to end up with a giant deck. But you're saying, oh, you can only have 7 lands in your hand at a time. But no, that's where Reliquary Tower comes in, which is a land that says you have no maximum hand size. That's what helps this deck operate and is the most important land in the deck. So, we have no maximum hand size, and we're going to have a lot of cards in our hand, and zombies are going to be given to us by discarding all these cards that we have. So, now we look at how can we oomph up these zombies a little bit just to have more than just a 2/2 zombie token creature. So that's where we get Contested War Zone, which is our next land, which says you don't have to really look at much other than the last section that says tap 1 land and tap this card. Attacking creatures get +1/+0 until the end of turn. So all your zombies are going to become either, if you have 1, 3 2s, 2, 4 2s, 3, and etc. because we have a total of 4 in our deck tech. Moving on, we'll have 20 swamps, 24 islands, just in ours. You can change it based on your preferences, which we'll talk about later. And we also have 2 Sunken Hollows for our dual lands, mostly because of the economy of the deck, and it just seems to work the best. So, as we get into it, what are the positives of this deck? The positives is, 1, this is a super fun deck, okay? This is awesome. You just get out a ton of zombies and everyone's like, I'm screwed, all right? It's fun. Then the next positive is that it's not that expensive. So we have a few cards here. Zombie Infestation, Treasure Hunt, Reliquary Tower, and Contested War Zone might cost, and your dual lands might cost you a few bucks. But the entire deck, 45 of the cards, are all basic lands. So it's going to cost you virtually nothing for all that stuff. Speaking of the dual lands, so we have Sunken Hollow. And that's a great dual land. It says, Sunken Hollow enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Some other dual lands that we had under consideration were Watery Grave, which is a shock land, and Creeping Tar Pit. Both of those we kept out of ours just because we wanted ours to be a budget deck, but if you want to go for a little more expensive, you can go for Watery Grave or Creeping Tar Pit. Some of the negatives of this deck. So if you want to be competitive, this probably isn't the deck for you because there's a lot of downsides as to when you're drawing, a lot of times in your first 7, you're not going to get the cards you need because you really need a Treasure Hunt, and you need at minimum, you need a Treasure Hunt for this deck to operate. And we only have 3 in our deck tech, and you can have an optional 4th, which I would recommend. It's not going to operate without a Treasure Hunt in your hand, so you're going to be pulling for 6, 5, and at that point, it's getting a little bit risky. So this is more for fun. This is a fun deck, something to be doing with your friends, and I would recommend you go out and you buy these cards just to play this deck. I mean, it really is. It sums up what Magic should be all about. You want to go out there and have fun with your friends and just have a good time. So, Zombie Infestation, Blue Black, we're MTG Players. like, subscribe, comment below with any questions. We'll try to get back to you. Thank you for listening.